I don't even remember when I started this one, but basically, I had the idea of starting the storyboards for my very first pilot for BTX, Boomtag X. And I got midway through and I felt like it just wasn't hitting. The story wasn't hitting. I wasn't feeling happy with it. The problem with that is that my script wasn't very good. And I only realized it midway. So that happens. So I guess the moral of the story is to have some kind of script or outline that you believe in, but be okay with like scrapping that because maybe the damn script wasn't even right for you. I don't know. Because I thought it was good at the time, but midway I was like, this is boring and slow as shit. And I don't know. I think that if part of me feels like if I'm not enjoying making it, then why would a person enjoy watching it? So that was why I stopped. I just didn't feel the joy. So hopefully with this current version that I'm boarding in 2024, my attention span and love for the for the piece doesn't die out like this one. Enjoy. Yeah, I did work a lot and pretty hard on this. So, I enjoyed it while I did it, and I was pretty proud of a lot of my shots, but ultimately, it's just not where it needs to be for me to continue on it. I might use some of the shots again sometime down in the future, but the current situation I'm doing with like color boards and stuff, I don't think so.
Let us introduce our brave speed demons. The champs of champs and first place winner from last year's Grand Prix. The big man, Felix. When I win, I'm going to be the richest man in the world. I hope she got her beauty rest before this. Aurora, when I win out my...
Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing my process and whatever, just comment below. I'm down for divulging all of it. I'm an open book, pretty transparent. I probably say way too much, honestly. I just need to know what people are interested in, I guess. But yeah, so if you are interested in seeing like the color board method that I'm using to tell the story and the change in the story's pacing and all that stuff that's happening this year, you can just hop on over to my Patreon, which is patreon.com/SodaMonkey. So just put Soda Monkey at the end of it and you'll be good.
Boop, everybody. Okay, now sit tight, ladies and gents.
Also, sometime this year, I will be recording a trip around the world as an animator, as a storyboard artist, and someone who's a professional who has worked in the industry for 13 plus years now. I think it's fine time for us to talk about how shit the industry has become and what artists could be doing in order to, or venturing out in order to, I guess, salvage their love of the arts and also their profession in the arts. So that's what's happening with me. I'm just going to have my own little journey, finding my own way in the professional art business. And maybe that might land me around the world. I really had fun doing a lot of these vehicles. I did them in Blender, which I have like very limited skill in Blender, but over time I've kind of like gotten a lot of skills and different things. I've learned how to pick up a lot of stuff in Blender, but it's my least favorite 3D application. I currently use Nomad Sculpt. Sometimes I'll go back into Blender, but I haven't really lately. It's strictly been Nomad Sculpt, but for this I used Blender. And for the storyboards themselves, I have been working in Storyboard Pro, which I like to use the 3D and the 2D and that more than Blender. I always feel like Blender's user face is just like, it's kind of complicated for no reason. So I'm not really about that. I don't want to shift up or change up my my brain energy, I guess, like wherever my brain is. If that makes sense. Like if I'm in art mode, I don't want to start clicking buttons and stuff. I just want to be in art mode, using my hands, crafting stuff. So, Nomad Sculpt is pretty intuitive like that so far. Blender, just, you have to plug this here, all this, that, and do this before this, and instead of just going directly at it, So, but yeah, like some of this here that you're seeing, I like to, this was one of my favorite shots too. I really like the way it linked up. I also enjoyed doing the characters' expressions. If you can't tell, I had a lot of fun making the characters feel alive. With expressions that I would see real people using and stuff. So this is one of those things, one of those shots that I've always felt like, at the time I felt like I needed to have it, but now I'm seeing it, and towards the middle of the production, I felt like it was just slowing down the pace of the entirety of this. So the intro should be snappy and quick and fun and make you want to see more, And that is actually something I struggle with, because part of me now in my age, I've been wanting to tell stories, but I really wanted to tell them slowly and have moments of action, but I really enjoy slow. I think I just need some practice, or just need to feel more comfortable doing it, especially on something that I've written and I'm designing and I'm doing everything on. So it's kind of like I'm cutting myself some slack, because I know if I'm doing the work for someone else, I know how to sharpen it up and tighten it all up. But when it comes to your own stuff, you want to tell every little aspect, every little idea that you have. You just want to put it in, but sometimes you have to know when to not. So, don't tell everyone everything all at once. Don't spoon feed everyone everything. You don't need to. So that's an art of itself, in and of itself. Just trying to, learning how to hold back, pull back, and kind of let it trickle in gradually, the details that you want. So this is my girl Reboot. She coming in. This whole scene, I really liked what I was able to do, but I doubt I'm gonna use this, because this whole how she finds out about him and stuff is totally changed. I don't even think we even need to see her doing all this, So yeah, that's another part of this that's changed. Yeah. This is 8:27. No, this is the cars are finally making it into the next world. That's what I'm saying, though. It's so slow paced. Nobody wants to see all that other stuff back then. This is stuff that, I don't know, if it was a flashback or something, and then we can go into detail on this, but we really need to speed up everything. This is the pilot. It's long as hell. All of these vehicles I did really quickly in Blender. And I did do this track in Blender, and then I brought it into Storyboard Pro, and it's kind of made the racing scene in that. This is another shot sequence that I'm very happy about. This was inspired by Fast and the Furious. That whole little thing. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I was finally at the finish line, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna make this the best race ever. This is where it all begins. And then immediately I lost interest, because I spent too much time trying to do this setup in the very, very beginning, and it was so slow paced, and I lost all steam and motivation for the entire piece. So this whole thing is just moot. I don't see why. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I still enjoy the imagery and the angles that I have. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to see this whole trailer, I'm sure I have it somewhere around here. But you can also just go straight to my Patreon and you'll be able to see it without me blabbing over it. So like and subscribe and visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/sodamonkey.